Welcome back to my channel, it's MJTV, aka the African Booty Scratcher. Like, comment, subscribe to help me retire my mama. A shout out to the beautiful girl who got me this hat. As you can see, I love it and it looks amazing. But let's get into it, man. We got Joe Budden and NBA YoungBoy. They are Joe Budden let the record reflect on YoungBoy. And YoungBoy, as we all know, is a very boisterous person when it comes to anything, right? He's willing to say what he needs to say. He's not the type of person to hold his tongue. And also Birdman chimes in, and you know, anytime Stunner speaks, it's always something interesting and something to tune into. But Joe Budden's hot takes are definitely hot, to say the least, being that anytime he has a controversial take, it literally goes and burns through like a wildfire. You mean headline to headline to headline is about Joe. And it's crazy to think that one man's opinion can go ahead and really move and shake stuff like that, you know? Hence the term movers and shakers. And he definitely is a mover and shaker. Shout out to the Podfather. But let's get into it, man. This is what Joe Budden had to say about 4KT, NBA YoungBoy, the young legend himself.
What's the truth? That nigga's trash. He's horrible. He is horrible. He is horrible. He is really, 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 really bad.
As a rapper or a person?
I don't know him as a person.
Oh, okay.
I'm only speaking about music. He's really, really, really bad. And that thing happened with him where when he was out, the label pushed a button and did some YouTube shit. So then all the little kids had to just come to the gathering and tell you about NBA YoungBoy views and how great he is and how awesome he is and how amazing he's doing. Now that the label's backed up a bit, and now that we done had about 3 or 4 projects while he's been in Utah on house arrest.
You had way more than that.
I know.
And that to me is where the problem lies.
And I had to pause it right there just for the fact that me being a fan of YoungBoy, now again, I'm not a YB Better type of fan where it's like, you know, a bit excessive, but I can appreciate the fact that he has had a great body of work and catalog over the years. Now, his last few years aren't the greatest in terms of him being in Utah and being out of his element, and being that element plays a big fact in the music that you make. You can't expect to get prime NBA YoungBoy in a completely different environment, in a completely different headspace. So I can accredit that to him not having the music that we grown so accustomed to, but I wouldn't say he's horrible or he's trash. That's crazy. I mean, YoungBoy, in terms of the fact that he's been blackballed from the industry, he doesn't really promote his music. And when he said something about YouTube bringing in the kids and putting his music in the algorithm, I can't really speak to that. But what I can tell you is, in terms of mainstream media and marketing, NBA YoungBoy is a superstar who receives the least amount of it and still performs very, very well.
Because earlier YoungBoy music don't sound like this to me. Like, even he just dropped a single today. I listened to it last night and I cut it off midway through. I'm just like, I can't.
What's the difference between his music then and now?
The shit, me, I could hear it. Like, I literally.
He's stuck in Utah, right?
Huh?
Isn't he still on house arrest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
That matters. Because now you can't really move around. You can't get the feel of things. You can't necessarily,
No, he really, that's a solid point.
you know what I mean, get the motion that's going on outside of fucking Utah.
Tell it to the kids.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Don't tell it to me.
Yeah. I can see how that would play a part in your
And
creativity.
when I say I can hear it, I mean like coherently. Hear it. Like, I can hear the words he's saying. Now it don't really sound the same anymore. Like, it almost sounds like just, and he had records like that before, but it just sound like slurs. Like,
It sounds bad.
it's not, the record today just was not good.
Now, that's a big difference, saying it sounds bad and he's trash and horrible. Now, even like athletes, or whether it's a 9-to-5 job, every single day, or an athlete, every single game or every single shift, you aren't going to be the greatest. Now, I can understand consistency plays a big part in it, but for someone who has such a established catalog like YoungBoy himself, I think he deserves the most slack, being that he's had hit after hit without the mainstream media backing, and while also competing and dueling with one of the biggest artists in Little Durk. So yeah, okay, 1 song or 2 songs or this album or this whole project ain't it, but to completely count him out and call him horrible or trash, I don't know.
Good. I think whatever deal he made or whatever is requiring him to put out music at such a high clip, because his his stuff is all views. It usually don't even translate to streams that way. It's like YouTube views and shit like that. So he has to constantly feed. It's like how we drop a lot of content.
I understand that, but I mean, he has still went #1 several times. He has still sold 100K on his projects almost 5 times, and that's nothing to sneeze at. That's nothing to look over. So when you hear the response of NBA YoungBoy, you can kind of understand why it is what it was. And here's a little bit of what YoungBoy had to say.
I was decided to my album still in the top 10. Pussy ass nigga. Don't speak on me. I don't play that shit. Don't rat on me neither, you pussy bitch. I don't think people too old. Stupid dumb bitch. Your dick don't even get hard no more. Count ass nigga. Ain't no sabotaging me, bitch. Fuck wrong with that nigga, man. Don't rat on me.
Yeah, he was, as you can see, it definitely got to him. Now, Joe Budden is one man, and his opinion, the way you can stir up multiple people, matter of fact, media itself is quite remarkable.
Don't rat on me, bitch. And I don't want to argue with your bitch ass, nigga. Hey, bitch, you do all them interviews. Hey, come on, great nigga, mountain and talk to me, nigga. You can't, bitch, if you can't do that, man, hey, your bitch made, nigga. Shut your...
Now, I can respect that. Now, if Joe goes to them mountains, like he said, Gravedigger Mountains in Utah, and he goes and sits down with YoungBoy and they have dialogue, man, that's going to be amazing. For one, Joe is an amazing communicator, and I think he'll be able to bring things out of YoungBoy that your average interviewer isn't able to bring. But the situation got so tense that, put some respect on my name, there we go. It got so crazy that Stunner Corleone, Birdman, Stunner, right? He had posted a picture, and this is what it said. It said, Joe Budden, you effing with something you should have left alone. Stunner Corleone, Gotti, NBA, RG, Never Broke Again, LLC. Yeah, so he tagged Joe Budden, and that's what he said. He said, you effing with something you should have left alone. And
with Bird.
If Birdman tells you to leave something alone, I think the best thing for you to do is leave it alone. Because he is known for having a track record of pulling up to workplaces and letting it be known to put respect on his name. But now, I think to make this a beautiful situation, all in all, in the end, is for them to sit down. Oh, my God. Now, as a podcaster and content creator in the space, man, I tip my hats off to Joe Budden for what he's been able to do and being a trailblazer in this space, right? And YoungBoy, I mean, I've listened to countless hours of YoungBoy. We're not going to get into the influences music has onto the youth and stuff. That's a whole different episode, show, and all that. But his music is it's undebatable. You can't deny it type things, right? Now, these last few projects that he's in the mountains of Utah, completely disconnected from the influences that allow him to make the music he makes, yeah, I mean, we give him a pass on that. But Joe Budden and NBA YoungBoy, that would be such a great sit down, man. What do y'all think though, bro? Let me know in the comment section.